Hi, I'm Karoline Leavitt, and I am running for Congress in the 1st District right here in New Hampshire against Chris Pappas. I was born and raised in the small town of Atkinson in a hardworking small business family. I graduated from New Hampshire's public schools, and I went on to attend and graduate from one of New Hampshire's finest institutions, St. Anselm College, right here in Manchester. Following that, I accepted a position to work in President Trump's White House alongside Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany, where we fought for the America First agenda, which delivered the best economy ever and peace through strength abroad. Seeing the damage that Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi have inflicted on hardworking families like my own inspired me to return home and fight for my home state. One-party Democrat rule and weak establishment Republicans in Washington, D.C. are currently destroying the America that we love and cherish. Joe Biden and Chris Pappas's disastrous economic policies are sending inflation and gas prices soaring. I'm the only candidate in this race who is already fighting back against the culture war that is indoctrinating my generation of Americans, and I will continue to wage that fight when I'm elected. Now more than ever, we need and deserve a homegrown, America First conservative fighter working for us. I'm the only candidate with the energy and the grit to not only win this race and to go to bat for you against the establishment every single day.
Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt obviously has no trouble lying and covering up for Donald Trump. That's how she got the job in the first place. But it turns out she's been hiding some skeletons of her own stemming back to her failed congressional run in 2022.
Everywhere you look, conservatives, myself included, are being censored and silenced. And our freedoms to speak freely, think independently, bear arms, go to church, and operate our own businesses are being infringed by radical Democrats. Here in the Live Free or Die state, we take our freedoms very seriously. And we need a bold, energetic fighter to serve as a firewall between we the people and those who want to destroy our way of life. I am that fighter. My name is Karoline Leavitt, and I was born and raised right here in New Hampshire in a middle-class, blue-collar, small business family. The work ethic, personal responsibility, and grit that was ingrained in me at my dad's truck shop and working at our family ice cream stand helped me succeed at St. Anselm College and later go on to serve President Donald J. Trump in the White House.
You're in the trenches in New Hampshire, running as a young person, running for Congress. How is it going?
Thank you very much for asking. We have really established ourselves in New Hampshire's 1st District as the clear grassroots MAGA America First candidate. I'm running against 2 establishment candidates, but we have raised more money from the people in New Hampshire than both of them combined by far. And that shows me that our message is working. We're speaking truth on the campaign trail. The only candidate that the Democrats and the establishment Republicans are talking about and fighting against. In fact, I'll read you a quote, if I might, Steve, from a recent local newspaper. This was supposed to be a hit piece, but they wrote, 24-year-old Karoline Leavitt may be young, but she's not running a kiddie campaign. When she's not on Bannon's podcast saying that Trump won, true, she's throwing down with her fellow primary candidates for holding fundraisers with anti-Trump Republicans. That's exactly right. I will continue to do that. One of my opponents said that Biden legitimately won more votes than Donald Trump. The other one said COVID won the election. These people are weak. We're going to beat them. We need all the support we can get from your supporters too, Steve, because we not only have to beat these establishment Republicans in the primary, we have to flip this seat red. I'm ultimately running against a Democrat who the most evil woman in America, Nancy Pelosi, is funding.
In January 2025, Leavitt's failed campaign amended its filings, revealing that she seems to have received hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations from both individuals and businesses that exceeded the allowed amount and that she never actually paid back.
So we need everyone to vote tomorrow. We need more people to pitch in. My team has selflessly not been paid in several weeks because all of our money has been going to get out the vote effort. So these last dollars that come in will go towards paying our exceptional staff that has been working so hard. So thank you so much for everything.
Yeah, no, we need everybody in the posse through New Hampshire. We have a huge audience up there. We need everybody to the ramparts.
Campaigns are supposed to vet business contributions before they spend them, but that didn't happen in this case. And based on years worth of letters from the FEC, Leavitt's campaign didn't exactly play things by the book in general. And now, as she stands at the podium as Donald Trump's press secretary, her 2022 campaign still owes tens of thousands of dollars to businesses it never should have banked money from in the first place. According to new FEC filings and reporting from Notice, Leavitt's campaign owes about $38,000 in refunds to nearly 30 different companies. In total, though, the campaign still owes $326,370 to a combination of donors and vendors and businesses. That's a lot of money. Now, legally, excess donations and questionable business contributions are supposed to be refunded within just 60 days. Despite all this, a spokesperson told Notice that Leavitt hasn't done anything wrong, saying, quote, "We've already provided a clear statement, and it's ridiculous we have to do this again for a clickbait story conveniently timed with Karoline's new role as White House press secretary." That's according to Aaron Perrin, a consultant from Axiom Strategies, the same firm, by the way, that the campaign still owes nearly $47,000 to. Continuing the quote, "As we've previously stated, the campaign has followed the FEC's instructions and there were no acts, errors, or omissions by the candidate." And sure, Perrin might technically be right that the candidate herself didn't make the errors, but it doesn't answer how these mistakes were made in the first place or why they haven't been fixed after all this time. Muddying things up even more, in 2022, the FEC flagged a refund that the campaign issued to one Nicholas Riccio, which appeared to be more than he had actually donated, which is certainly suspicious. The campaign originally reported refunding him $2,900, but after a warning from the FEC, they amended the filings and changed the number down to $1,000. Interesting. Now, according to the latest filings, the campaign still owes Riccio more refund money, despite there being no record of additional contributions from him, which is weird. Riccio, by the way, was listed as part of the campaign's finance committee back then. Here's the kicker. He's now Karoline Leavitt's husband.
I'm Karoline Leavitt, and I'm running for Congress to ensure that my generation is not the one that allows our freedoms to die.
If you enjoyed that, make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming an actual member. But you're probably wondering, why the hell would I do that, John? First off, calm down. The stakes in this are very, very low. But also, when you click the join button and you become a member, you get access to bonus content that I make every week, and it's a ton of fun. You get access to tons of custom emojis and more besides that. By the way, if you join at Tier 3, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself and other awesome people, and we always have a great time. By the way, you'll get all that going forward, but you also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips, top 10 lists, debates, and more. What are you waiting for? Click the join button below. Your support powers our show, and we couldn't do it without you. Or at the very least, I wouldn't really want to try. Viewers like you keep me here. So thank you in advance for joining.